Yes, I got it.
Okay, you got that.
According,
Okay, cool. And then I'll unpin you and then pin him. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Remove. And then we'll just make sure he can, or they can do the screen. Are you to share the screen, Amadeus?
Let me check.
Okay,
I'm still disabled.
okay. Okay, let's try now.
Okay, so I could do it, but before I do, I just want to say good day and happy new year to all. I will not be performing today. Instead, I will be presenting what I've been up to lately because weeks earlier I was getting emails and messages on why I haven't been attending open mic events. And I just wanted to spend time with my fam. After all, it was the holidays. So this is the first time I would be presenting this piece on Chaos Magic. Anyway, Gustav, thank you very much for the permission. So allow me to share screen. So is it visible already?
I can see it. Can gives
Okay.
a
So the first piece or the first movement, okay, so the first piece or the first movement is called the creation. And if you'll notice, I was using a blackout poem. And at the same time, I would be using a cipher poem. So I just want to give this vibe to all the artists out there, like we're the archaeologists and we're digging some artifacts from the past. And the artifacts are the different forms of artistry, like poems. So again, I'm using different forms of poems here. So there's a blackout and there is a cipher poem. You can see here, it's a Morse code on the yellow part. So this is the first movement, the creation. Then there was poetry's second movement. So this is called the orb of cryptic knowledge. If you'll notice, I'm using an acrostic artistry here, but at the same time, I'm using the concept of nonet poem, but instead of 9, I'm using 6. So you could read it like art, you could read this upward or downwards, or you could read this art is life, so love it, or you could randomly choose like art, uh, miracle is something, and so on and so forth. Anyway, if you don't know this, there's like an hourglass here, and it will tell you what the first movement was telling you all about. And at the same time, there's a mirror poem going on here. So this is the second movement, the orb of cryptic knowledge. The third, then there was poetry, third movement, the universal expansion. And this is like different forms. So there's a tanka, cinquin, haiku, loon, a couplet, and a limerick. So imagine like you're in a galaxy, the different forms of galaxies, because it is the expansion. Anyway, this is a work in progress, and the fourth movement is yet to be written. So I just want to share everyone what I've been up to lately, and this is the first visual Amadisian poem. So Amadisian poem is like a symphony poem, or should I say it's synonymous to a symphony because there are movements. Anyway, once again, thank you very much, Gustav. And I just wanted to show everyone what we can do if we can, harm, if there's a sense of harmony or when we work as one. So once again, thank you very much and good day to all.
wow, incredible work. Really impressive, Amadeus. I would have loved for you to have read something from that, but just really, really impressive looking work. I read some of it myself, and it's strong poetry. Maybe next time you'll read it to us.
Probably.
Okay. Okay. Next up on the mic, we have Whisper Poet. Sophia, could you highlight Whisper Poet and take Amadeus off the co-host?
Okay, I'll take them up.
Hi, you guys. Thank you so much. Let me get into my Google Drive. I am going to read for you my poem, The Dance of Shadows. I'll read that last, but the first thing I want to read, and I'm trying to save battery power, so I'm staying off of video, but Tuesday on Heart of the Artist, I'm interviewing Ma Dukes, and this is one of her poems. This is called Maga Bullshit. This is from her book, Epiphanies of the Soul. So I'm in Walmart the other day, minding my own, being out and about on a rare, warm, and sunny winter's day. I'm just meandering around people, watching. There are a few things I know I want to buy, but I'm in no hurry. Now, I guess I should point out that I'm dressed in a jeans, a hoodie, black Nikes, and a backwards native ball cap. Pretty much my way of dressing every day, my style, my comfort zone. And you guessed it, I'm walking through the hardware section. And I hear it, the inevitable, fucking dykes, goddamn dykes think they're men. They want to do everything a man does. And I look over to see, you guessed it, an older white man with his MAGA hat on, John Deere t-shirt, sounding like the literal bullshit on his boots smells. And in this very second, I have two choices. I can let loose with an expletive-filled tirade against homophobia and assholes like this guy, or I can respond in a different way, a more poetic way. So as you can probably guess, I chose the latter. No, sir, I do not think I am a man. I would not want to be someone who is as fragile as their masculinity. Hell no, I'm not a man. Someone who is taken aback by a woman doing a task as simple as shopping, who thinks women are only designed to receive his seed, who can't see past his own fucking penis to understand he is a dying breed. No, I do not want to be a man and do the things a lot of men do. Treat women as anything but equal, abuse and terrify women like you think your comment did to me. Absolutely, I don't think I'm a man. I don't want to control women's bodies and rights, giving no shits how they feel or what they want or what is in their best interest. No, I don't think I'm a man at all, because you see, I have more testicular fortitude than most men. I mean, God made a man small enough to fit in tidy whities, but she put mine on my chest where a 36D struggles to hold all of this testicular fortitude in. Mine have fed children, gave them a safe place to lay their tiny heads, and yes, turned many a man's head. What do yours do besides swing between your legs and sweat or rule your other head? Nope. Being a man doesn't interest me at all, but being a woman who loves women does. Being a dyke who cherishes women and treats them like the gifts they are does. Being a woman who is self-sufficient to take care of her own shit does. Having the testicular fortitude of a woman does. Being a voice for all women does. So tell me, sir, why would I want to be something as simple as a man when I can be a fucking dyke, which is so much more than you will ever be? Thank you. That is Ma Dukes. She is amazing. And I hope that you will have the opportunity to see me interview her and hear her for yourself on Tuesday at 5 p.m. on Heart of the Artist. And so now I'm going to read for you my poem. This is called Dance of the Shadows. And I took some photos right before Christmas. I went out to the lake with a friend. They were having a parade of boats. And yes, Nemo knows Ma Dukes, but they were having a parade of boats. And it was, beautiful. It was dark. And I was down on the shore, and there were some children playing on the shore of the lake. And it was dark outside, and the sky was sort of lit. It wasn't completely dark. So it was just enough that you could see their silhouettes and you could hear them laughing. And there was a house across the lake that had all of these lights lit up, and it was just beautiful. And I was watching these kids play and listening to them, and I wrote this poem. This is called Dance of the Shadows. Quicksilver reflections dance over the surface in the advancing dark. This dark does not bully me for my breath. It does not shoulder against me, seeking space. It is a gentle gloaming that arose when the sun melted into the forests of the night. Golden lights from across the water play on the mercurial canvas, while the echoing voices of the shadow dancers exult. Giddy wraiths, they pirouette in delight and chunk rocks, watching intently for the frog-like progress of the stones across the deep, giving great hurrahs, sink or swim. The night watches them with gentle eyes, and I admire its bravery as it lovingly releases the shadow dancers to the land for safekeeping. Their sounds slip away as if captured in the blanket of the night and loved to sleep, leaving only the song of the undulating water to reverberate upon the shore. One by one, the golden lights are snuffed until only the moonless sky presides. The night rests its head and sighs, resolved to wait patiently for the rising of the sun and the return of the dancers. Whisper.
Woo-hoo! Yeah, Whisper. Oh my God. Your read of the Mod Dukes
Incredible,
poem was
wow.
kick ass. Just
Whisper, wow.
absolutely, yeah. Absolutely fantastic.
So cool to hear your voice doing Ma Duke's voice and hearing both of them, but you have such a distinct take on her work. It's so cool.
Thank
I
you.
wish you split
Indeed.
the screen. If you split the screen and put KataLyst on one side, she did this whole dance with it. That was perfect.
Right? Okay, next up on the mic is Debbie Segal. Yeah, Debbie.
Wow, thank you. I'm going to take myself off big old face me because I don't like to do that. I'll start with my, I'm going to do a cover of Ursula Le Guin poem. Okay, and this is called Song. Oh, when I was a dirty little virgin, I'd sit and pick my scabby knees. That would be a made-up word.
Sorry, Debbie, just one sec.
CC Arshagra, please mute your mic. CC?
He's not even anywhere
CC.
near his mic. He's up.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
having some tech difficulties over here, so I can't mute guys. So
Oh, okay. I'll just
Thank
go.
you,
I'll work
Debbie.
through it.
Who's unmuted?
Song. Oh, when I was a dirty little virgin, I'd sit and pick my scabby knees and dream about some man of 30 and doing nothing, did what I pleased. A woman gets and is begotten on. Have and receive is feminine for live. I knew it. I knew it even then. What, after all, did I have to give? A flowing cup, a horn of plenty, fulfilled with more than she can hold. But the milk and honey will be emptied out as she grows old. More inward than sex or even womb, inmost in woman is the girl intact, the dirty little virgin who sits and dreams and has nothing to do with fact. Ursula Le Guin. Let's see. I'm going to read something I haven't done here before. So I haven't read it for a while, and I'm reading off the screen, so excuse me if I look like I'm just gazing. And this is called Rolls and Rolls for Babs. And that's Rolls, R-O-L-E-S, and Rolls, R-O-L-L-S, for Babs. Full circle, right? At the crossroads, and here you are a woman. You were a man last time. I want to be called Belle. Now I am Belle, and I am a she. Belle is so courageous and determined, even with a 5 o'clock shadow, her sandals reveal well-polished toenails. I reject the patriarchy. I reject the objectifying of people and animals. The lesbians were folk musicians. I came out as a lesbian. Belle was getting animated now. The public radio station was droning in the background. Lila sought sisterhood. Sitting at a table with her housemate, it had been too long since she had engaged in uncomplicated socializing. Lila felt an autonomy she almost did not recognize. Someone ought to write a play about how our sort of people live. They looked for the goddess and found a sterile Mary. The spirit had gone, 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 gone. Men, hordes of them, wielding swords, fording the waters after the sinking of Atlantis. Father God offered only pain in a place called hell. Suffer, suffer, suffer. Pain, pain, pain. Hell. Lila recalled a past life memory. Europe was aflame with the pyres of burning women. No woman was safe, not one. And here she is today, sitting with Belle. Belle, who chooses to be a woman, drinking hot coffee, listening to a panel on the public radio. Burn, witch, burn. The wise ones retreated. There was silence. The spirit cannot be killed, Lila knew. She jumped up from the kitchen table. It lives on. The spirit lives on in the rocks, the trees, the rivers. The spirit waits in the hollows, holy hallowed hollows. Pass the bread and butter, Lila, honey, crooned Belle. Did I ever mention I played the role of Estelle in No Exit? Lila passed the bread and butter. She commits infanticide to gain entry into hell, attempting to attract the one eligible man in hell who is trying to impress the one lesbian in hell who is hitting on me, the baby killer. To existence, to essence, the cis lady and the trans lady raise baguettes in a toast. The duo duel with the baguettes as sabers. Touché! That's my offering for today. Thank you.
Debbie, that was incredible. Thank you so much. I loved it.
Are you back, KataLyst?
I am almost back.
Almost back. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, that's just fantastic. Good to hear. Debbie, that was wonderful performance, strong poetry. I love Ursula K. Le Guin. She wrote Dragon Riders of Pern, didn't she?
She wrote a lot of stuff. She's a fellow Berkeley person. She went to Berkeley High School, as I did.
Right
And
on.
Philip K. Dick also. Different times, but we were
Yeah.
walking the same halls.
Right? Wow.
She didn't actually write Dragon's Riders of Pern. That was Anne McCaffrey, but she wrote
That was
some
Anne
similar
McCaffrey. Sorry, that was Anne
Yeah.
McCaffrey, right.
No
What
problem.
did Ursula K. Le Guin write?
So much
Left
stuff.
Hand of Darkness, The Dispossessed.
The Dispossessed.
Yeah, there you go.
There we
Great
go.
stuff. But my favorite of hers is Always Coming Home, which is not as well known. It's like a whole anthropological track on a future society.
Right, I'll have to check that out. Always Coming Home. I will
Yeah.
check that out. So next up on the mic, we have Teresa Gallion. I believe it's your first time here. Let's everybody open our mics for a second and give her a big Chaos Magic welcome. Welcome, Teresa. Woohoo!
Thank you.
Welcome, welcome. Woo!
Thank you so much. I did not come prepared to read someone else. I'll do that next time. But what I'm going to read is a poem from my upcoming book called Come Egypt. I spent 2 weeks in Egypt in May of 2022, and it had such a major impact on me. I've written a whole book. And this poem that I'm going to read is called Abu Simbel Intrusion. Abu Simbel is an area in Egypt where the major temple of Ramesses II from ancient Egypt is, and it is huge. Abu Simbel Intrusion. Night frost brings a soothing balm of light and sound rippling past camp. sleepy eyes fold, dreams may come and escort you to the secret garden. Here you may sit in peace, absorb the wisdom of violets, paintbrush, and daisies. You may bow in reverence to a mushroom's artistic expression. Now feel the music of a wild blade of grass sink close to your legs. You were born to taste beauty and hold space for the broken. Come hither and sleep with me. But I cannot sleep with you, my dear nature, for the pool of the Nile River is teasing me, and the temple of Abu Simbel calls my name. After 3,000 years, his ego still sings in the desert wind. 100 wives have stood at his foot and cursed his hand against the breast. How many times have you come back here, Ramesses II, in the last 3,000 years and longed to assert your authority on the sacred feminine? You dominate the ancient landscape, rising from the sand at Luxor. Your ego explodes at the Luxor temple by your sheer size. The monuments raised ask the question about your worship of deities. Were you really paying tribute to Amun-Ra? I cannot sleep with you tonight, dear nature. Your hold is too tight. Let go, Ramesses. Let go. Thank you. And the second piece of mine that I'm going to read is also from my book, and it was written while I was riding, floating on the Nile on an Egyptian yacht. And my muse was playing with me. This is called Scream into the Silence. Entwined in the sound of your voice, I am trapped. I hug a tree for life, try not to drown in your hole. My body tries to take leave of you. My mind and soul do not want to let go. I breathe out and flowers bloom around me. You ambushed me with a sound floating from your tongue. A soothing speakeasy manipulated my senses. Your cold tracks linger in my brain. Word slayer, songs of remembering Pele in my head. I run through the catacombs of time. You flirt just ahead far enough to keep me chasing you lifetime after lifetime. Thoughts of you become a benediction, and winter feels long in the desert as you dance in the sand against a blue nautical sky. My heart skips a beat for each breath. When I think of you, I scream into the silence. Thank you.
Wow, that was spectacular, Teresa. Oh my God, I'm incredibly impressed. Very happy to have you with us. Very happy to have. Open up your mics, everybody. Let's give her some love. Yeah.
Woohoo!
Wow.
One of us. One of us.
One of
Thank
us.
you.
Yes, you're one of us.
Thank you.
So powerful. Lifetime after lifetime. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Love
many
it.
beautiful lines.
Hey,
Love it.
can we get a link to your upcoming book in the chat, Teresa?
Indeed. Please put the information about your book in the chat, please, Teresa. And
I'm
next up on the mic. Oh, sorry. Yes.
I don't know if I can figure out how to do that, but I'll try.
What's the name of the book?
Okay.
Name of the book?
It's called
if you-
It's called Come Egypt. I'll put my Instagram information in there, and you can see the cover of the book on my Instagram page. I know how to do that.
Okay, super. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Next up on the mic is Generalissimo Brian Franco.
Okay. Hello, thank you very much for this stuff. What did I just okay. So I'm gonna read from the New Generation Beats anthology, which was by the National Beat Poetry Foundation. This is the 2023 anthology. I was also in the 2022 anthology. And then first I'm going to read a poem by me, which is called, I just had a gigantic 18-hour snowstorm. So I was stuck inside all day Sunday. And luckily it was only like probably, I don't even know how many inches, probably between 3 and 6 inches. So it wasn't anything really to write home about. But in Atlanta, that would be something to write home about, but not in Maine. Anyway, so this is about a different time of year. Blame the sun for the rain. This rain, banging on my window pane, is messing with my brain, is making me feel something other than sane, or maybe not so plain. I feel like whooping, like a whooping crane. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Or maybe chewing gum on a choo-choo train, traveling from the Cali coast to the coast of Maine. This rain, this early May, state of rain, Maine, state of Maine rain. Drip, drip, dripping, drop, drop, dropping, flipping and flopping like flip-flops, flopping all over the place, haunting cucumbers and tomatoes to rise from the ground so we can make icy, coldy gazpacho on sweltering, hot, sunny July and August days, while thinking maybe we could use a little more rain that might drive us insane. But this rain is only water, pieces of clouds falling from the sky, pitter-pattering against spinning rooster weather vanes, pounding on roofs, clang, 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 making us feel like we need to get out of the house, but we don't want to drive in it. But then again, it makes us hungry, and no one wants to cook on a rainy day. So it teases us by becoming heavier, throwing lightning in the air, whips around a little wind, screams with thunder, but decides not to stay, to move on and make its way, to taunt someone else in some other place, only after the sun pays what the rain charges the sun when it needs to take itself a break. Okay? And then in that book is a poem by Jane Spoken Word called Flux. For my teacher who resides on a moon, busy contemplating contemplations that shape the reality of a dimensional self, reminders of illusionary tactics of the mind to keep you in line, dull your shine, spirit beings summoned by dreams, dancing to the songs of celestial bodies, listening to winds whispering the silent secrets, naked minds with no dressing as the dreamer's moon laughs at my back. Ruby sparkled sky laid out on a velvet sea, summon the moon and sweet talk the sun, dreaming of yesterdays and Saturn's rings, diamond snow, and string spinning theories of planks that travel on a shimmer of not too long ago memories. Triangle suns born of stories told, holes in time and pharaohs lost to days of old. I kissed the sky with rainbows gold in the book of pages passed down from the library of ages. Eons of particles appear and disappear, expanding the nothingness of a consciousness long forgotten. When the night falls down upon us, the beginning of the end of the beginning of the end of the beginning, we are aliens in the silent struggle. That was Jane Spoken Word's poem titled Flux. Thank you.
Yeah, fantastic. Love Jane Spoken Word. Love you, Generalissimo. Yes.
Back
Spectacular.
at you, buddy.
All right. Everybody open your mics. Give some love to Generalissimo.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
Generalissimo.
Woohoo! Woo!
Nicely done.
Great read.
And next up on the mic, we have the indispensable Sophia Falco, without whom this evening would not be going as well as it is. I thank you, Sophia, and I look forward to your contributions. Yes.
No worries, no problem. Okay, so let's see. I decided this time I'll read my poem first, and then by no means am I a singer, but I'm going to read the lyrics to a song that are important to me. So that's how we're going to go. I don't think I've read this poem here before. I don't like using the word experimental for my poetry. I'd say this is like a surrealist piece. So here we go. 3 intravenous therapies. Here we go. The nurse asked, "Are you crying from the pain? In distress?" I blurted out, "No." Public service announcement. My laugh. Public service announcement. I'd rather be fucking and flying instead of in the emergency room waiting for the cure of dehydration and IV, listen to an elderly pair play the alphabet game, their chosen theme, the weather, while Little Nas X was playing for all ears to hear in the hospital speaker, maybe who decided this music was either bored or horny. Those two with gray hair got to the letter G and gave up. I'm not an athlete, but a poet, I proudly declared, as the nurse was putting in the IV equipment in my arm. At least she was amused, even though I was wearing my trusty blue basketball shorts that I also wore to bed. Maybe I seemed like a walking contradiction. There was no clock on the wall and no one there, but only the intervals on the bag to gauge the passing time was the fluid going downwards. Thank you.
Wow, what a scene you painted. Oh my God, I felt that. Really. Everybody, give it up for Sophia Falco. Do you have another poem?
And then I have the cover.
About the cover. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt your flow.
That's okay. No, that's my poem. That's my poem. And then here's the cover. But yeah, the title is 3 intravenous therapy. So those were 3 different times I had to get IVs. So it was like 3 stanzas and like 3 little scenes. But I was like, why are they playing that song? Because there's children and he's cussing in the waiting room. And I'm like, anyways, so that's a whole nother thing. So this song's important to me. I've been going through a lot of changes. So this is titled "I Will Not Be Broken" by Ben Harper, and I'll read the lyrics that I found. Give and you give till it's gone. Then the people you fight hardest for your say you're wrong. Before me flash all of my memories and days, so don't stand insincere at the side of my grave. I will not be broken. I won't be turned away when it's too cold to breathe and too dark to pray. I will not be broken. I go too far, then I go further still. Time starts to collapse, leaves a void none can fill. Nothing you can say to hurt me with your forked tongue through bloodshot eyes. I watch the world come undone. I will not be broken. I won't be turned away when it's too cold to breathe and too dark to pray. I've come too far to give up or to be turned around. I will not be broken. I will not go down. Ben Harper, everyone. Thank you.
Wow, that's a fantastic song. I love that song to begin with. Great read of it. You're a powerful poet, Sophia. Everybody give it up for Sophia Falco.
Wow, Sophia. Whoa.
Awesome. Beautiful.
And also let's thank her for being the indispensable Sophia Falco behind the power behind Chaos Magic tonight that's making it less chaos and more magic for you all. And now next up on the mic, we have Paul Skiff. Paul, will you bless us with some words?
Oh yeah, just hold on a second. I'm kind of moving slow today. My cover thing is poem by Eileen Reyes. This has a title, Police Report. In the multidimensional stench of unbathed female bodies locked inside ventilation-free walls, one of all structures built by our so-called judicial system for temporary imprisonment of the innocent until proven guilty, some victims of circumstance, others victims of big burly blubbered obstacles of human flesh hauling their fat asses up in my direction question. How many people does an officer have to arrest in 1 week? Let us say the number was as round as 50. That would make me number 47 on the quota deadline. Number 45, a pregnant cokehead crack dealing prostitute. Number 46, a homeless runaway teenage from Corona, Queens. And then me, number 47, a poet sitting in the greenery of a park, supposedly smoking marijuana, notorious young Hispanic female, much more dangerous, I suppose, than all the psychos in Central Park getting all those damn joggers. And now, mira nena, if you flush the toilet, the water in the fountain gets cool. Can you flush it while I drink? Miserably, she laps away like a parched Rottweiler bitch after an hour or two. I'm not the new girl anymore. Introduction to New Girl, take 1. New Girl, much too Jurassic to be New Girl. Introduction to New Girl, take 2. New Girl, satin slut, short-legged, pudgy-faced, bartending cunt. Introduction to New Girl, take 3. Awakened by the sound of a belch. What's for breakfast? Bologna and cheese. How is lunch looking? It's looking like bologna and cheese. How does dinner sound? Sounds something like bologna and cheese. Tap, tap, tap. Mira, nena. Ask New Girl if she's got cigarettes. Never mind, hey, you. I'll give you $1 for a cigarette. New Girl sells all of her cigarettes, earning money for drugs upon her release. Later falls asleep into nicotine-coated nightmares, wakes up screaming, "Who was the whore that stole my cigarettes?" But is quickly silenced by the threats of another withdrawing freak. On the 16th hour of this unjust imprisonment, I remembered once saying, if I ever go to jail, I'll spend the time writing. Never thought I'd have no pen, no paper in this cell, just hot blood and mad vapor through my ears and in my race with my veins. 28 hours of nothing to gain. Well, at least I didn't do the mushrooms. As Eileen Reyes, she's a poet who kind of cut her teeth at the New Eurekan Poets Cafe in the 90s. And then she moved out to San Diego, where I understand she's doing marvelously well. She moved out there with her guy, Reggie Gaines, somebody else associated with the Poets Cafe. He did the book for Bringing the Noise, Bringing the Funk. That was a Savvy on Glover vehicle on Broadway. This is a vintage poem. I was just feeling this poem today. I think it's from the late 70s or very early 80s, maybe. It's about my cousin. It goes something like this. Danny Otto, Danny Otto, goodbye, Danny Otto Factory. You weren't meant to see 21. Too thin and dead your blood. Supervisor is the big money job. Got you tracked house and place for your mom. 18 when the line made you the man to beat. Now all's your wife and daughter got is the insurance policy. Danny Otto, Danny Otto, Danny Otto Factory. Paint those panels racy, sharp, and bad. Man behind every cruise and flash. But it left your corpse the color of ash. Danny Otto, Danny Otto, goodbye, Danny Otto Factory. You were boss like the 442. Put metal rainbow on Woodward Avenue. Striped and two-toned every hopped up rod. Now you're just a hollow cob. Danny Otto, Danny Otto, goodbye, Danny Otto Factory. The Tigers and up north were your loves, but the ketone ripped right through your lungs. Have some morphine to calm the pain. It's the piecework profit gain. At the end, you didn't even know your own name, but you could still sing God Bless America the same. Danny Otto, Danny Otto, goodbye, Danny Otto Factory. Just be glad that now you're dead, 'cause they got your friends running CRTs instead, or packed up the truck to Texas they've run. So be glad for your leukemic blood, 'cause subcompacts don't burn high test or look cool. And the fucking government of Japan said they'll finance our schools. Danny Otto, 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 Danny Otto. Goodbye, Danny Otto Factory, and goodbye, Hamtramck, goodbye, Warren, goodbye, Flint and Ypsilanti, goodbye, Brighton, goodbye, Howell, goodbye, Michigan, and goodbye, UAW. You rule the line no more. Republicans and Democrats say, go join the poor. Stand in line to get your markers for meat and bread. Guess they'd rather see Motown running on crack instead. That's my offering for this evening. Thank
What
you.
an offering it was. Thank you, Paul. Oh my God. Yeah, open up your mics, give some love to Paul. Oh my God. Jedi Master.
Yeah.
The Jedi Master, indeed.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Giving voice to someone you know, that's always good.
Yeah.
Holy
Okay, next up on the mic, first time here with us at Chaos Magic, we have Jackson Riley. Jackson, are you ready to share some words with us?
I am. I was going to
Excellent.
start with an original piece that I wrote and then a cover that I wanted to share. So this original piece, I debuted it for the first time at an open mic yesterday. It's something that I wrote a few months back concerning a diagnosis I received, bipolar, and I was in a kind of the pits of a depressive episode when I wrote this. So that's just a little bit of context. But this is called Abstract Lithium Factory. Sometimes cigars are just cigars, like Freud said, a boy turned man still sleeping in mom's bed. Sometimes I pine over the fact that I'm not dead. I'm well read, educated, full of enough cred, abilities to command synthetic symmetry. It's humbling, the essential part of me nobody likes to see. When it rears its head, everyone is an enemy. They're full of enmity. The animus is on a CD that looms on loop in the back of my brain electronically. I'm hopelessly paralyzed. I know there's something wrong with the way I feel about everything. I plead, what is wrong with me? Blaring siren peal in my head blears all rationality. Can I hope for change, and is it fixable, this part of me? The play's the thing, and I always hate not knowing how to be. I'm sentient, fully aware, and beginning to see exactly how I smile and wave to hide misplaced anxiety. I shouldn't be around other people. I'm a flight risk, subtly climbing in their head and hiding there like a benign cyst. It's devilish. I'm charming, but I'm also selfish. If I sell fish, I'm fishing my hand in the charity jar for $1.06. Why should they get it anyway when they don't pay rent? I've given enough to hospitals. At this point, it's ridiculous that I should break my back just to piss away my hard-earned bucks to this. I have a sixth sense. It says I shouldn't give my 6 cents to sick kids. My neurons fire across crisscrossed lattices. I follow up cogent thought with non sequitur tangents. It's uncanny how I link things and expect others to manage, or even fathom the fathoms deep hair holes of a mind manic. But here I go again, so why don't you all take a pass at stepping a beat inside my head as I step through the looking glass? I'm not a rapper, I'm a poet, I'm a word adapter, a hapless addict to rapping seamless syntax that doesn't tatter, but never sees the light of day. It's lightning that I'm after as I seize the swirling seas in my head comprised of idle chatter. I seldom canter, I air pedantic, I'm after a higher calling than a spot in the echo chambers of mindless chowder. Let's right away cut to the lean soul and write rhymes fatter than mad lads leaping high off of tall ladders, their ankles shattered. All this style without substance contains no heart, no candor. It's by and large the same empty drivel passing for witty banter. If I could dribble just a moment on this tangent matter, rhyming for the sake of style proves no easy endeavor. But only with the touch of a deft hand, light as a feather, may it come together all at the very end, and for that be better. But even the best distractions must retire. When the thrill is gone, life comes out with a tire iron. I'm convinced that in a past go, I must have played with fire and stoked the ire of a being higher than I after inhaling a rail of barbed wire. The bump leaves me elated. Glory sings the choir. It has its eyes on me, but I'm so goddamn tired. My vision narrows, and I cannot seem to sire a plan to emerge victorious from the quagmire. What can I say? Self-amnesty is hard for me. In my shoddy packaging, grace came hardly. I was dropped a drop on the doorstep of a house party where I graced a happy home, a most unfortunate adoptee. What's the point of getting good things given heartily when for some non-inchoate part of me my success is not what it wants to see? I've lost morale before, but these wounds bleed mortally. I'm morally opposed to not stopping the problem, but the problem's me. Hello, how are you? I'm pleased to meet you so cordially. You can call me Icarus. Please avail yourself of my canopy. From my perch, I view the ground with utter apathy. Colors and shapes I cannot relate to threaten my sanity. I'm not really a part of this world, only partially. Insofar as my being here without any sincerity can seriously be considered as more than anomaly, and verily, is he a waste of imparity, he who cares nothing for his own posterity? I've given myself too many reasons for new austerity. My own polarity pollutes my life with too much severity, self-barbarity of endless temerity and asperity. Hospice can provide me no care. I mean, this is verity. If this is really it for me, there's no angularity. I understand the decision to seize my cellularity. And if things do go that way, I can tender meager clarity in the form of 4 more pseudo-sonnets offered voluntarily.
Oh my God, just like your hats.
Wow.
Damn. Damn.
Riley, wow, welcome to the family.
Yeah,
You
welcome
are
to the
always
family.
welcome
Yeah.
here.
One of us.
Wow.
One of us.
Please keep coming back.
One of us.
That was incredible.
See you here next week.
You have,
You know,
Please
know,
drop
well,
some information. We can follow you.
Yes,
Ah,
yes,
absolutely.
You know,
yes.
we all have something about us that the diagnosis is a dangerous disease. I know, but the gift in each of us, I think, is so important. I myself have to deal with my own little, hit myself in the head with a hammer when I was young. But aside of what the world labels us, the gift that's inside us, it could just, you have a gift, is what I'm saying.
got a gift. He's got a gift.
Definitely.
And you have one more to share with us, Jackson?
I do.
Excellent, excellent. We didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it's all right. Thank you. These are a couple verses from a song from one of my favorite modern artists. He's a rapper, Kendrick Lamar, and he has a song on his sophomore album called "Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst," where he sings from the perspective of three different people. The third one being him, the first one being his best friend who died before the album came out, and the second one being a friend of his, a sex worker whose little sister he wrote about in his first album. So that's just a little bit of context. I don't know why I said it in 3-1-2, but these are the verses in order. I woke up this morning and figured I'd call you in case I'm not here tomorrow. I'm hoping that I can borrow a peace of mind. I'm behind on what's really important. My mind is really distorted. I find nothing but trouble in my life. I'm fortunate you believe in a dream. This orphanage we call a ghetto is quite a routine. And last night was just another distraction or a reaction of what we consider madness. I know exactly what happened. You ran outside when you heard my brother cry for help. Held him like a newborn baby and made him feel like everything was all right in a fight he tried to put up, but the type of bullet that stuck had went against his will. That's blood spilled on your hands, my plans rather vindictive. Everybody's a victim in my eyes when I ride. It's a murderous rhythm. And outside became pitch black, a demon glued to my back, whispering, get him, I got him, and I ain't give a fuck. That same mentality I told my brother not to duck. In actuality, it's a trip how we trip off of colors. I wonder if I'll ever discover a passion like you and recover the life that I knew as a youngin' in pajamas and dun-da-duns. When thunder comes, it rains cats and dogs, dumb. Like me, never prosper prognosis. Of a problem child, I'm proud and well devoted. This Pyru shit been in me forever. So forever I'ma push it wherever, whenever. And I love you because you love my brother like you did. Just promise me you'll tell this story when you make it big. And if I die before your album drop, I hope. Verse 2. You wrote a song about my sister on your tape and called it Section 80. The message resembled Brenda's Got a Baby. What's crazy was I was hearing about it, but doubted your ignorance. How could you ever just put her on blast and shit, judging her past and shit? Well, it's completely my future. Her behind me right now asking for ass and shit. And I'm gonna need that $40, even if I gotta fuck, suck, and swallow in the parking lot at Gonzalez Park. I'm followed by a married man and father of 3. My titties bounce on the cadence of his tinkling keys. Matter of fact, he my favorite because he tipped me with ease. He got a cousin named David, and I seen him last week. This is the life of another girl damaged by the system. These foster homes, I run away and never do miss them. See, my hormones just run away, and if I can get them back to where they used to be, then they'll probably be in the denim of a family gene that show women how to be woman. Or better yet, a leader. You need her to learn something, then you probably need to beat her. That's how I was taught. 3 in one room. First time I was tossed, and I'm exhausted. But fuck that sorry for your loss shit. My sister died in vain, but what point are you trying to gain if you can't fit the pumps I walk in? I'll wait. Your rebuttal a little too late, and if you have an album date, just make sure I'm not in the song because I don't need the attention. Bring enough of that on my own. And matter of fact, did I mention that I physically feel great? A doctor's approval is a waste of time. I know I'm straight. I'll probably live longer than you and never fade away. I'll never fade away. I'll never fade away. I know my fate, and I'm on the grind for this cake. I'ma get it or die trying. I'm eyeing every male gender with intentions of buying. You lying to these motherfuckers, talking about you can help me with my story. You can help me if you sell this pussy for me. Don't ignore me. Fuck your glory. You ain't shit. Verse 3. Sometimes I look in the mirror and ask myself, am I really scared of passing away? If it's today, I hope I hear a cry out from heaven so loud it can water down a demon with the Holy Ghost till it drown in the blood of Jesus. I wrote some raps that made sure that my lifeline, reeking the scent of a reaper, ensuring that my allegiance with the other side may come soon. And if I'm doomed, may the womb of my mother be blessed for many moons I suffer a lot. And every day that glass mirror gets tougher to watch, I tie my stomach in knots. And I'm not sure why I'm infatuated with death. My imagination is surely an aggravation of threats that can come about, because the tongue is mighty powerful, and I can name a list of your favorites that probably vouch. Maybe because I'm a dreamer and sleep is the cousin of death, really stuck in the schema of wondering when I'm a rest. And you're right, your brother was a brother to me, and your sister's situation was the one that pulled me in a direction to speak on something that's realer than the TV screen. By any means was it trying to offend or come between. Her personal life, I was like, it need to be told, cursing the life of 20 generations after her soul. Exactly what had happened if I ain't continue rapping or steady being distracted by money, drugs, and 4 5s. I count lives, all on these songs. Look at the weak and cry. Pray one day you'll be strong, fighting for your rights, even when you're wrong, and hope that at least one of you sing about me when I'm gone. Am I worth it? Did I put enough work in? Thank you.
You put the work in on that one. Damn. You are great. You are great at what you do, Jackson. Come on back to us next week. Yeah. Everybody give it up for Jackson.
Wow. Welcome.
Go in the chat.
Glad you're here.
Jackson.
Awesome.
Wow.
Drop your info. Drop your info.
Drop your info in the chat. Yes. Okay. Next up on the mic, we have the estimable Dre Reyes.
Yo, what's happening? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, everybody. This is Dre Reyes coming at you from Manchester, New Hampshire. I'm going to start with a cover of a cover first. This one's going to be a little bit fun because this was mentioned last week. Kittay was talking about something dying in her ass tonight. So I overheard that and I decided to write it out. I'm not going to sing it because I need to look that over a bit more. So I'm just going to give it to you William Shatner style, I guess. Oh, something died in my ass tonight. It must have been something I ate. Something died in my ass tonight. I keep looking for something I can't get. Something savory or maybe dairy. It's feeding time. It's time to clear this dish. Thanksgiving dinner spread on the table. Concept of hunger is a mere fable. Who would have thought that I could be stuffed quite like this? Oh, something died in my ass tonight. It must have been something I ate. Something died in my ass tonight. Oh, something died in my ass tonight. It's raining death out of my ass. Shouldn't have had any dairy. Shouldn't have had any dairy. Is there any just cause for feeling like this, to feel accomplished? But I am a gross mess. I try to be discreet, but then I blow it again. A fart's turned into more than a stench. Lactose intolerance is such a bitch, but brownies and ice cream get me every time. Oh, something died in my ass tonight. It must have been something I ate. Something died in my ass tonight. Oh, something died in my ass tonight. It's raining death out of my ass. Shouldn't have had any dairy. Shouldn't have had dairy. Oh, it was a long, hot night. Last night's Chipotle didn't sit right. It's not over. I'm done with my belly wrong. Excuse me, I've done my belly wrong. Turkey and taters going in, out, and gone. Oh, something died in my ass tonight. So there's that one. Now this second one, I hope that didn't turn y'all off from like wanting to be hungry, because I got something that'll be a little bit more appetizing. But before I do, I just want to throw a quick little plug. Last Friday, on Open Minds Open Mic, it was revealed that Kittay and I will be having our own open mic series sometime during the day or morning of Saturdays. We're not too sure what date it's going to start, but we're playing around the concept of it being a practice ground for slam poets. Pretty much people going up with a strict 3-minute time limit, practicing their style, their performance, their timing. And since slam poetry and pro wrestling kind of have like some weird intermingling, I want to maybe somehow involve recruiting in like special guest appearances. More on that later. Let's just have that simmer in the pot for you. But now, let's just say, future's so bright I'm wearing shades. Now on to the next poem. This one's called Soft-Boiled Eggs. Soft-boiled eggs, you have a way of scrambling my brains that leaves me begging for more. Like the vor horde that I am for you. Because of you, Chansey has been considered a valued Pokemon to have. I'll never go hungry when Chansey uses soft-boiled. It's super effective. Imagine being able to farm and mass-produce Chanseys and send them to areas of the world that need food and sustenance. That would be one cool way to combat world hunger if Pokemon were real, but I digress. The 8 minutes it takes to formulate your sexy ass in a roaring boil pales in comparison to the hours of laughter you'll bring to me and the comical suffering of my enemies. Oh, the way you ooze that food porn from your bodies brings out the savage in me. Ooh, yeah. Oh, let me tell you something about these soft-boiled eggs. I'm unjustifiably in a position I'd rather not want to be in, but I would rather die of exhaustion than die of starvation. Yeah, with that said, I've got lust in my eyes and I'm hungry. Yeah. Oh, soft-boiled eggs. There's a shiver that runs down my spine every time I pick you up. Every time we tango, it's more electrifying and satisfying than the time before. You are more seductive than sex, dripping golden wet creams from your insides and facing my insides with an unrivaled hunger that dwarfs the power of entire galaxies. Yeah. Oh, did I see that you have a shiver that runs down my spine? Oh, yeah. Every time I pick you up and guide you to your demise, egg, yolk, and drippage. Yeah, I close my mouth in your torment and my satisfaction begins. Oh, stop-boiled eggs, you're the cream of my crop, yeah. And just when you thought I had enough of you, I'm not finished with you, not by a long shot, yeah. Step into a soft-boiled, yeah.
Wow. Oh, the kayfabe there is strong. Kayfabe was strong, my friend.
That was amazing.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Wow.
Open, give some love to Dre Reyes. Yeah.
Hey, Dre.
Hey, incredible performance.
Remind people of the theater of that sport.
That was theater, right?
That's theater.
Okay, next up is Kittay. Kittay, can you share some of your wonderful words with us? Hi, Kittay. Hey, good to see you.
Good seeing you. All right. So the first one I'm going to do is going to be something original. And then if I have time, I'll do a cover of a song. All right. When you put work into loving yourself, you will be able to see how far you can go. Progress shows when you give yourself some time to grow. Loosen up the anxious plague wrapping itself into knots inside your brain by exerting yourself, pushing forward to prove that you are capable of fulfilling your dreams. Perseverance, removing yourself from toxic people and environments, dismissing thoughts of feelings like you're hopeless and locked in, daily cares such as showering, brushing your teeth and hair, saying no, setting boundaries, allowing yourself to feel freedom and happiness alone or in the company of others, pursuing your passions and desires, putting yourself first above others. These are all forms of the ways you can show love for yourself, even when you feel like you don't, when you feel like you can't. But you can. Choosing you above all else is the ultimate form of self-love. You can't find a stronger form of love than the kind that you can give yourself. If you're giving it away to others, pull back the reins, take back control, and give that same love you pour into everyone else back to yourself. You deserve it. Believe it. Own it. And don't let anyone tell you that you're selfish for putting yourself first or saying no when you don't want to do something. You have free will. You aren't here to serve others. You are here to help and serve yourself. And only when you finally help yourself is when you can help another. All right. That was my poem that I wrote. And then, do I have enough time for a cover? Because the cover is a little bit long. I think it might be at least.
Go for it. Go for it.
All right, cool. So the name of the song is called The King's Affirmation. And it's a song by Eniko. I will be one of the greatest. That is a vow. Yeah, that is a promise. Always wanted to be famous, just being real. Yeah, just being honest. My haters gonna always be nameless. Give them no clout. I give them no power. Creators build different. They ancient. Sooner than later, all will be ours. I keep an eye out for the numbers. I stay in contact, synchronization to infinity, even beyond it. I am a comet, no destination. A lot of things I am above, and there are a lot of things that are above me. Do not come for the people I love, because then I get scary, then I get ugly. Yeah, ain't no problem when I'm in the equation. Presence noted, observation. I'm not new here, reborn creation. Come and find me, sending location. Ain't no problem when I'm the equation. Presence noted, observation. I'm not new here. Reborn creation. Come and find me. Sending location. Enlightened, they call me a siren. Through them, I receive my guidance. Don't keep it all in. Don't fight it. Fire to a flame, ignite it. Rules make me more defiant. I will never be compliant. Yeah, I got it down to a science. It's so much more than a mindset. Gotta start now. Gotta change it. Take it all back. Reclaim it. Don't bite your tongue. Just say it. Don't get too high. Stay weighted. Time to break down the matrix. They know that the mind can play tricks. Their message is clear. It's blatant. It's blatant. Yeah. I will be one of the greatest. That is a vow. Yeah, that is a promise. Always wanting to be famous. Just being real. Just being honest. Just being honest. I will be one of the greatest. That is a vow. Yeah, that is a promise. Always wanting to be famous. Just being real. Just being honest. Thank you for having me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Kittay. Yeah, can you put the name of that artist in the chat for us and the song title, please? I'd like to follow that guy. I'd like to know more about him. Thank you. Thank you. Next up on the mic, let's give some love to Kittay. And next up on the mic, we have Nemo Zoom. Yeah.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. So wonderful to be here. I have a micro triptych, which is 3 thematically connected micropoems that I have written, and then I have a cover that I'll be reading. Sad King John looks out onto his court and finds the eyes of his Grand Vizier, who wants nothing more than to get away to another court where there are winners on a winning team. He's a Grand Vizier after all. The jester, festooned in colors whose job it is to make it hurt, knows he isn't funny because he just says what he sees. Here is the general who is trying to amass enough strength to finally take all these decorations down. The nurse who soothes his majesty with her promises, but she's still just a little girl herself and doesn't know what to say. I'm going to put my heart right here on this table where you can see it, feel it, put your fingers in the holes in it. Why not cut it down the middle? I'll hold the knife, though my hands might shake a little. We can tear it apart together. I'll help. Act now because I'm gone tomorrow, and I'm taking what's left of this heart when I go. Love can die. Love can be left behind. Love can be abandoned. Love can be choked out unceremoniously in the night. Love can be drowned out by all the screaming. Love can fade away slowly in the rearview mirror. Love can break waiting and watching an empty space. Love can be snuffed out when it's done wasting away. Love can be fragile. Love can hit us. Love can hurt us. Love can sting. And yes, love can die. And then this is Embracing Healing by Shockie G from her latest book, In Lieu of Flowers. I've heard that a hug lasting 20 seconds or more is healing. It releases all kinds of scientific shit that triggers your body to heal itself. I have never been a hugger. Always run from personal touch like I'm allergic to love. They say you should hug someone at least once a day. My last hug came in the form of a vice grip with a beard, a cosplayer who decided to dress up as a temporary Band-Aid, a poet who probably understood the science more than me. It's been months. I guess that's why my body hates me. Continually tries to jump off the cliff of my exaggeration. And yet, the doctor has never once offered to give me a hug, not my therapist or my friends. Feed me stories of self-healing and medication like a better option doesn't exist. Today, I wished my arms were longer. Wished I could wrap myself up in them like a sarcophagus. And maybe the metaphor means I felt like I was dying or already dead. I mean, does wrapping yourself tight in bandages and blankets count as hugs? Am I healing now? Thank you.
Yeah, Nemo.
Oh.
I gotta say, I love this book. It's a great book. Shockie G's In Lieu of Flowers. Get it if you can. It's a great book and a great read from you, Nemo. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Next up on the mic. Oh, give your love to Nemo, everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
Nemo,
That is a
thank you
great
so
book by
much.
Shockie. That was a great read, and I love that line, "Love can die too." I know it's not an easy line, but it's an important one. Not that death means the end. That kind of a. It was good. It was good.
Okay, next up on the mic, we have the one, the only, Cozzy Cos, whose feature last week for Open Minds Open Mic was The Bomb. Unmute
Hello,
yourself, guys. Hello.
everyone. I hope everybody's good. How is everybody doing? All right, all right. So the piece that I will be covering tonight is from one of my favorite poets, actually, Saul Williams. This is titled Amethyst Rocks. I stand on the corner of the block slanging amethyst rocks, drinking 40s of Mother Earth's private nectar stock, dodging cops, because 5-0 be the 666. And I need a fix of that purple rain, that type of shit that drives membranes insane. Oh yeah, I'm in the fast lane, snorting candied yams that free my body and soul and send me like Shazam. Never question who I am. God knows, and I know God personally. In fact, he lets me call him me. Yeah, I'm serious, B. Thug out niggas plotted shit lovely, but the feds is also plotting me. They're trying to imprison my astrology, put our stars behind bars, our stars in stripes, using blood-splattered banners as nationalist kites. But I control the wind. That's why they call it the hawk. I am Horus, son of Isis, son of Osiris, worshipped as Jesus resurrected like Lazarus. But you can call me lazy. Yeah, I'm lazy because I'd rather sit and build than work in plow a field, worshiping a daily yield of cash green crops. Stealing us was the smartest thing they ever did. Too bad they don't teach the truth to their kids. Our influence on them is the reflection they see when they look into their menstrual mirror and talk about their culture. Their existence is that of a schizophrenic vulture. Yeah, there's no repentance. They are bound to live in infinite consecutive executive life sentence. So what are you bound to live, nigga? So while you're out there serving the time and I'll be in sync with the sun while you run from the moon. Life of the womb reflected by guns. Worship of moons, I am the sun. And we are public enemies number one. One. Thank you. And then, and for my piece that I will be performing for y'all, I just recently finished this, so bear with me. This is titled The Poem That Never Was. I want to ABC the DEs of your FGs, so that I can HI the JKs of your elemental Ps. Then I'll Q the RSTs of the U's in your V's, while Wing the X's of the Y's in your Z's. Wording letters into sentences which run on paragraphs, which I might add, subtract the multiplied divisions of my fractions algebraically triggered nometry. Now you can calculate the geometry of my being sorry for forgiving your apology. I'm realizing whom I've always been while being told I never was or ever will be. But you can never kill the real me. In my tree, I'm the positive skepticism of my family's nepotism's defense mechanism, like plagiarism's eloquently elegant exorcism. I'm next of kin to the symphonied similes of metaphorically orchestral soliloquies which proficiently prohibit the indubitably iniquitous indignities of my perpetually prolific proclivities, emancipating my freedom's liberties from the ramifications of their consequential repercussions which came with no compunction, instructions, or introductions, just delusional illusions and accusatory assumptions. Meanwhile, I'm manufacturing poems to distribute through my vocal cords for mass production's mass consumption. I'm starving hunger's famine by going ham, cheesing a Colgate smile from here to denial, which so many are in. Accusing blames guilty culpability of being at fault for liability sin. Bad decisions, escaping ghosts so as to bypass admissions of mistaken error and blatant terrors. I'm denying plausibility's irresponsibility. Because even if I lie to you, I'm telling the truth. So pick the selection that you decided to choose. I opt to let loose so I can rockabye the clock into a truce with no hands, luring the minutes, seconds into busy intersections of wrist watching tick-tocking sands of time span standing still, while ages of epic errors fight to acquit my absolved exonerations, which is still running up quite the bill, causing the planets to bounce off the moons of Saturn in grandma knitted quilted patterns, somewhat ripped, shredded, torn, and tattered. Ill. I sent the grievance to the spaz of the unsightly face of hysteria. It's truly repugnant, his twisted plan, one flagrant, swear to God, really pitiful, who literally's been dropping the ball. Because see, while Eve was eating Adam's apple, Eden was nowhere to be found. Meanwhile, Jill was on the hill jumping Jack and Jehoshaphat with the pail of water she fetched from the stretched depths of hell's back and beyond the ponderings of yonder's wildest imagination. So I sat there wondering, maybe I'm missing something that I missed for nothing. But I'm executing revolutionary resolution for retributional restitution, hence evolution's ergo, allowing my prestos changos to see the prestige which my abracadabra's hocus to pocus. Voila. Thank you.
Damn, dude, you're incredible. So many great lines, but I can't type fast enough.
I know, right?
I'm like,
I be trying.
come up with this next line that just blows me away.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Cozzy. Give it up for Cozzy Cos, everyone.
Cozzy
Yeah.
Cos.
You made the piece.
And it takes a challenge. After your performance the other night, it's like that was like a pinnacle thing. And to survive yourself is one of the fine things that could happen at the open mic. You know, you reach a certain plateau in life. You reach a certain plateau with your peers and your people. This is your family. And then you have to sort of find that new original self again. And that's the threshold that the open mic gives. So thank you, Magus, for making this possible for so many.
Thank you. All right. Elemental is next up. From one heavy hitter to the next. We just keep them coming here at Chaos Magic. We don't stop. We've got Elemental.
Yo, peace and blessings, everyone. Caught me mad off guard off that one. It is a Monday. Blessed Chaos Magic to y'all. I may stay off camera this evening, but I'm gonna share a couple things with y'all this evening though. First of all, shout out to every poet who came before me and after. Thank you for all of the energy that you continue to share with all of us. Matter of fact, why not? Why not? Here I am. I know you're very rarely see me without I live, right? But here I am. Thank you for all of your energy. Thank you, truly. My name is Elemental, host of the online open mic presented by the legendary New Eurekan Poets Cafe every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Come through. We get down, baby. You know what it is. New themes every week. Again, shout out to the usual suspects in the building, Storm Gods in the building. Chaos Magic is a beautiful space, man, and I'm always thankful for it. Shout out shout out one of the dopest hosts in the business, man. Gus of Solace, appreciate you. I'm gonna share a couple of things with you, short things, and I'm gonna get up out of here. Honestly, I was thinking about what I wanted to share this evening, and I got two things for you. I'm gonna share a cover poem, and I'm gonna share one of my own pieces. So appreciate y'all. Let's get to it. As last week, I am going to share another poem from Last Poets. Not working right. Last poets. Everybody got that? Yeah. Last poets. This is my people. My people are black, beige, yellow, brown, and beautiful. A garden of life with a love as sweet as supper knob, growing in muddy waters, making brown babies with pink feet and quick minds. My people, warm, sometimes hot, always cool, always together. My people, let's be together. Understand that we've lived together. Understand that we've died together. Understand, my brother, that I've smelled your piss in my hallway and it smells just like mine. Understand that I love your woman, my sister, and her rare beauty. In reason enough for a revolution. Yes, sister, my honest sister. I've had ugly moments with you, but you are the only beauty I've ever known. Yes, sister, my honest sister, you are the joy in my smile. You are the reality in my dreams. You are the only sister I have, and I need you. I need you to feed the children of our race. I need you to feed the lovers of our race. I need you to be the summer of our winters. I need you because you are the natural life in the living at night. There is a moon to make the blackness be felt. I am that blackness, filling up the world with my soul, and the world knows me. You are that moon, my moon goddess, sitting down light on my black face that fills the universe. My moon, I am your sun, and I shall take this piece of light and build a world for you, my sister. Sometimes the waters are rough and the hungry tide swallows the shore, washing away all memories of children's footsteps playing in the sand. Where in the world I promised my son? Must he push back the tide and build the world that I have rapped about? Am I so godly until I forgot what a man is? Am I so right until there is no room for patience? My brother, oh, my brother, father of a son, father of a warrior, my brother the son, my brother the warrior, be the beginning and the end for my sister, be the revolution for our world, turn yourself into yourself, and then unto this disordered world, and arrange the laughter for joy, the tears for sorrow, turn purple pants, alligator shoes, leather jackets, brown boots, polka dot ties, silk suits, turn miniskirts, false eyelashes, red wigs, afro wigs, Easter bonnets, bell bottoms, turn this confusion into unity, unity so that the sun will follow our footsteps in the day, so that the moon will glow in our living rooms at night, so that food, clothing, and shelter will be free, because we are born free to have the world as our playground, my people. Appreciate y'all for your indulgence of that. Really, I appreciate that. And I'm going to give you a quick piece of mine, a quick villanelle of mine, and I'm going to get out of your way. This is Dark Arts. We exist as prophecy. Anarchy courses through our veins. Besides, where would heroes exist without adversaries? We are chaos theory. Many formed one to create vile change. We exist as prophecy, align infamous forces to see good defeated. We legion, infinite calculations, think android brain. Besides, where would heroes exist without adversaries? So mischief, we Loki, Hellraisers, Cenobites. The chains, we exist as prophecy, juggernauts, magnetic mutant monstrosities, Centupriska darkness, think Bane. Besides, where would heroes exist without adversaries? Elected dedication to criminal proclivity, the reason there even is a game. We go by many names. We exist as prophecy. Besides, where would heroes exist without adversaries? Peace, y'all.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah. Everybody give it up for Elemental. Oh my God.
Incredible as
Elemental.
always.
Whoa.
Holy shit.
All the love.
Thank you for doing the last poets too.
You never cease to amaze. You never cease to amaze. Next up on the mic, we have Shockie G, and I'm not going to stop plugging this great book, In Lieu of Flowers. Try and stop me. Try and stop me. It's a great book. I'm telling you, it's a great book. Get it. Shockie, can you bless us with your words?
Absolutely. Thank you, Magus. Thanks for your support of my book. I'm going to start off with a cover of one of my favorite poets. I'm going to say who it is later. It's a short piece. I once fought mighty dragons and brought them to ruin. Now I tremble at the sound of distant thunder. I am my rat, my cage. I am the one who administers the poison and carefully watches me rise, scrawling observations on scraps of memory. I am the one who cleans up the corpses. I am the one who takes pleasure in a job well done. I am the one who will return to do it again tomorrow. And that is by Nemo. You can download his book for free at nemosumwords.com. So if you get a chance, go ahead and do that. It don't cost you nothing to support him. It don't cost you nothing. Better than me, you know what I'm saying? And this is an old poem of mine that I'm going to do. There's an old wives' tale that dreaming of fish means you may be pregnant. As far back as I can remember, I have been dreaming of oceans and rivers and streams, teeming with wild nothing. I think once or twice or too many times to count, I have dreamt of great white sharks commanding the waters and woke up in a pool of my own blood. But never just a fish. Feeling like Dory, trying to find Nemo in an empty fish tank, can anyone point me towards P. Sherman, Wallaby Way, Sydney? I can't tell you much about fish. My mother, she sat me down, told me all about birds and bees and flying high, but not about what happens when Margaret Sanger is the sun and your uterus is Icarus plunging back into the water. How somehow I've been drowning without ever seeing a fish. But Mama, what does it mean when you only dream of birds, butterflies, and blue skies? Does it mean you won't have children to tie you to this earth? That you only grow wings and never roots? I've never learned to swim, but somehow I think I am destined to fly. And I can't help to think, but why not both? Why not both? Thank you, guys. Short and sweet.
Wow,
Short
thank you
and
so
sweet
much.
indeed. Yeah, everybody give it up for Shockie G.
Thank you, Shockie G.
Yay! Yay,
We're
Shockie
so
G!
Thank you.
Love
Wow.
It's
you.
all around.
All right, next up on the mic, we have CC Arshagra. Let's go. Yeah.
Okay, one of my something happened to me way back in life where I ended up in this documentary about Jack Kerouac and his daughter, because I knew Buddha and Buddha knew Jan, and Jan, I used to hear stories, and then he told me to write about her, yada yada, and I ended up, and then that's when I first met Ron Whitehead, and he ended up, believe it or not, giving me a quote from my book. So this is my book. It's on my website, ccarshagra.com. and CC Arshagra thing. So I'm going to read Ron Whitehead's piece that he does in this documentary. And his story in his life is just too long, and there's a documentary about it. It's called I Will Not Bow Down. I will not bow down, America. I will not bow down to your government, to your religion. I will not bow down, America, to your materialism, to your international corporations, to your religious shrines, your stock markets, your shopping malls. I will not bow down to your coal mines, to your power plants. I will not go crawling down deep shafts at midnight. I will not bow down, America, to your invasion of privacy, to your moral absolutes, your religious political might. I will not bow down, America, to your assassins, the CIA, the FBI, the corporate police state, your killing, murdering machines. I will not bow down, America, to your bureaucracies, to your schools, to your attempt to make me a model citizen of your state, of your church. I will not bow down, America, to your history of lies, to your secrets in the best interest to protect the people. America, I pledge allegiance to those who were here before you, to those who will be here after you are gone. America, I pledge allegiance to the woman I love and to our children. I pledge allegiance to my family and allies, my guides and angels, both seen and unseen. America, I pledge allegiance to poetry, to music, to art, to the literature, to the literary Renaissance, to the global literary community. I pledge allegiance to the beat, to the outsider. I pledge allegiance to meditation, to stillness, to magic, woohoo, to beautiful mysticism, to ecstasy, to and aha, and the Big Bang epiphany, to altered states of consciousness. I pledge allegiance to seeing into the occult of the unknown, to seeing into the everyday of the ordinary and being amazed. I pledge allegiance to the sacred and the profane, the Gnostical turpitude. I pledge allegiance to my physical body and to the knowledge that I am more than my physical body. I pledge allegiance to seeing more than the physical world and to those of higher frequency vibration and consciousness. I pledge allegiance to passing the sacred fire, to entering the upper chamber of the golden pyramid, to levitating over the open sarcophagus, to the out-of-body experience. I pledge allegiance to the hottest sex and to the gentle affection. I pledge allegiance to fractal geometry and to the geometry of clouds and coastlines, to 2 times 2 equals 5. I pledge allegiance to failure as no other dare fail. I pledge allegiance to taking risks, to holy daring, to Nambo Mayoari, I don't know that word, to accepting responsibility of my own actions. I pledge allegiance to not achieving the American dream of success. America, I pledge allegiance to trees, to green grass, to brown earth, to wildflowers of every color. I pledge allegiance to turquoise, Native American skies, to rivers, lakes, and seas, to the healing of the earth. I pledge allegiance to the Holy Spirit of the Word and to silence. I pledge allegiance to dreams. I pledge allegiance to birth, to the journey, and to death. I pledge allegiance to candor, to sincerity, to laughter and irony. I pledge allegiance to passion, to compassion, to empathy, and to helping those in need. I pledge allegiance to the resurrection of the heart. No, America, I will not bow down. Ron Whitehead.
Fucking fierce, CC. That was absolutely tremendous reading. Thank you. Could you put his name in the chat so everybody has a chance to?
Absolutely. And the documentary on his life, I think, is actually streaming on Amazon Prime. Although, I don't like to plug Amazon, but I think that's where it is. I have the CD, but the documentary that he is in, if you want to write me an email, ccrshagra.com, I have a bootleg, and this documentary is banned from the internet. I am not kidding you. It's about what happens to the poet when he's dead. So I'm going to do Forever Hums, because I did this the other day, and it's got a line in here that whenever I've done it to people who've come over, because this was one of the first songs I played, it's got a line in there, but people keep hearing wound instead of womb. And the line is, a man is just a womb without a gravestone. This is Forever Hums. Is the audio okay? Is the audio okay?
Yes, good. Yeah, we hear you good.
All right, I must have hit the button there. Okay. Life is only death, but not forever. Rivers only waters, not dry bones. You see, love is only everything, is a miracle. And you and I, the song, forever. Noon is only midnight as the world dreams. Time is only clocks not broken yet. A knife is just a tool, a useful kind of one, that no one ever needs to harm true love with. A man is just a womb without a gravestone. A child only tears that wait to laugh. Hunger is the price of dreams become form. And thirst reminds the oceans they're not sky. And eyes and ears are always learning to feel. Further than you see why you are here. While the ground of love is only all the sky knows. Where sight becomes how beauty lets the blind see. Where visions lift the heart up and rest in peace there. Where you can catch your last breath. And walk your soul home. not forever. Rivers, only waters, not dry bones. You see, love is only, everything is a miracle. And you and I, the song. Forever. Man is just a womb without a gravestone.
Yeah, CC, right on. Amazing performance. Totally blew me away.
Great,
Love
CC.
it.
Great, CC.
Thank you for
Love
everyone
it.
respecting the lyrics as poetry.
Yeah.
You know, the poet writes the lyrics, lives. It's the bridge between the worlds. There shouldn't be a gulf there.
Right? Okay, next up on the mic, and thank you for waiting so patiently, Martin Parker Parquillian.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Well, I have to admit, I forgot about the cover part, but inspired by Debbie's Ursula K. Le Guin poem, I went and found the title poem from the book I was talking about, Always Coming Home, which is a narrative interspersed with poetry, songs, anthropological texts, and lexicon for the language that she made up for this book. It goes back to her experiences with her father, who was an anthropologist and spoke to some of the last natives of some of the tribes in California, which people don't realize how many native languages there were in California before the gold rush, and a lot less after the gold rush. Anyway, this is called Always Coming Home, the title poem from that book by Ursula K. Le Guin. When I take you to the valley, you'll see the blue hills on the left and the blue hills on the right. The rainbow and the vineyards under the rainbow, late in the rainy season. And maybe you'll say, there it is, that's it. But I'll say a little farther. We'll go on, I hope, and you'll see the roofs of the little towns and the hillsides, yellow with wild oats. A buzzard soaring and a woman singing by the shadows of a creek in the dry season. And maybe you'll say, let's stop here, this is it. But I'll say a little farther yet. We'll go on, and you'll hear the quail calling on the morning by the springs of the river. And looking back, you'll see the river running downward through the wild hills behind, below, and you'll say, isn't that the valley? And all I will be able to say is, drink this water of the spring. Rest here a while. We have a long way yet to go, and I can't go without you. So that was Ursula K. Le Guin. This is an elegy that I think of this time of year for a friend of mine who died 3 years ago. This is called Like Ships That Pass. It's in loving memory of David Christopher Ship. You ferried us home in your boat of a car. We'd all spent the weekend at Rehoboth afar. Dropping me off to prepare for the week, you planted a peck of farewell on my cheek, with whiskers that bristled like those of my dad, and memories that leave me both glad and sad. We'd later venture to up Pinto Hill's height, a center named for the mystical sight of Fox's visions and infamous trials, amid the laughter, hugs, and smiles and bouts of delusion, a friend who'd need aid. A harrowing journey home was made. A single airing brought you out of hiding as you talked about the crushing stress of postal works and catering to your mother's quirks. Then after the loss of your mother dear, you retired to where the water was clear. Or so the name on the sign would say, with a partner who called you his cubby each day. He posted the news as your lungs gave way and struggled to find the words to say. You were felled by the plague, a tyrant ignored, and passed in the night when the rabble stormed, that citadel shining, that ship of fools, plagued by gridlock, dysfunction, and rules that bring painful pressure but little relief to the many now feeling so much grief. I'd put aside this chatting rhyme if I could just see you one last time, to wrap you in my arms like this and let my beard brush your cheek with a kiss. And thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, Martin. That was
Yeah.
incredible.
Condolences for your loss, Parquillian.
Wow.
Excellent work.
Beautiful elegy.
Yeah, everybody give it up for
tribute.
Parquillian.
So
Yeah.
beautiful. Thank you so much.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Well, thank you. That poem came out within 2 days after the insurrection. Just a lot of the feelings, just like it was a balm to my soul just to get that out.
I hear you. Poetry can do that for a person, can't it? Yeah, a balm to the soul. And next up, and last on the mic tonight, I believe, this is our last poet, is Hayes. Give it up for Hayes, everyone. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, everyone. Maddie sends her love. She couldn't stay on, but she sends her love. So I was torn on what to cover, and then I just decided I wanted to cover this. And you know, I haven't grown up with the terrorizing pressures that Tupac Shakur grew up with, and what led him to need to write songs about surviving and fighting. But this song has helped keep me alive. I told my friend that I was singing this song, like, come home, and they were like, you know, don't say, you know, I don't know if you don't know, but like, don't say the N-word, like, you know. And I told her, you know, I of course I'm not crazy. I omit that part when I sing this shit out loud, obviously. But yeah, this poem, or this poem to me is incredible, and is like this it is something, is a wave that I have hopped onto to ride to survive my own shit, to feel like I can fight through, you know, being hunted as well, with, I guess, my depression being the thing hunting me. So I bet you got it twisted, you don't know who to trust. So many player hating fuckers trying to sound like us, say they ready for the funk, but I don't think they knowin'. Straight to the depths of the hell is where them cowards going. Well, are you still down, fucker? Holler when you see me. And let these devils be sorry for the day they finally freed me. I got a caravan of brothers every time we ride, hitting motherfuckers up when we pass by. Until I die, live the life of a boss player, because even when I'm high, fuck with me and get crossed later. The future's in my eyes. Because all I want is cash and things. A 500 Benz, flaunting flashy rings. Bitches pursue me like a dream. Been known to disappear before your eyes just like a dope fiend. It seems my main thing was to be major, baby, game sharper than a motherfucking razor blade. Save money, bring bitches, bitches bring lives. One brother's getting jealous, a motherfucker dies. Depend on me like the 1st and 15th. They might hold me for a second, but these punks won't get me. We got 4 brothers and low riders and ski masks screaming thug life every time we pass. All eyes on me. Live the life of a thug player until the day I lie. Live the life of a boss player, all eyes on me. The feds is watching, plotting to get me. Will I survive? Will I die? Come on, let's picture the possibilities of giving me charges, large, making a grip. I told the judge I was raised wrong, and that's why I blazed shit. Was hyper as a kid, cold as a teenager. On my mobile calling big shots, on the scene major. Packing hundreds in my jaws. Fuck the law. Passion of living rough and raw. Catching cases at a fast rate, balling in the fast lane. Hustle till the morning, never stop until the cash came. Live my life as a thug player until the day I die. Live my life as a boss player, because even getting high, these fuckers got me tossing things. I put the top down. Now it's time to floss my shit. Keep your head up, brother. Make these motherfuckers suffer. Up in the bins, burning rubber. The money is mandatory. The hose is for the stress. This criminal lifestyle equipped with the bulletproof vest. Make sure your eyes are on the meal ticket. Get your money, motherfucker. Get rich and we'll kick it. All eyes on me. Live a life of a thug player until the day I lie. Until the day I die. Live the life of a boss player. All eyes on me. And that's my cover.
Great read, yeah. You have an original for us?
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent.
So I am in the midst of trying to leave Berkeley in the Bay Area, and a job I don't like, and a kind of a life that I don't like. I'm sort of embracing moving on and living intuitively, and this poem came out of me today. So here it is. Don't have a title yet. If it feels like war, let it be war. If it feels like God, explode like birds, and with less reason. Willard Park, 4th of July of my sleepwalking, January 8th of my tundra. I saw this perfectly. Floaters immortal. The only dogs which speak in Berkeley are those spoiled with Rome. Bums, the elderly, migrants, refugees, poets, freaks, the rest sewn up in this straitjacket. Mine, mine, mine. My nature hurts. My spine is locked in a Sistine Chapel of shoulds. Waves crest. What of this? Trees fall. What of this? Wind kills wind. Fire spills onto water. What of this? Spoken bleeds into scene. Collapse soars into sprawl. What of this? What wisdom waits for me in a coliseum of music only I hear? What door awaits the knock, and what coat is worn, and where might one fetch such wild wool? I held myself and felt air, felt myself breathe, and there's nothing to all of this. The story never ends, but I do. I cloy. What of this? Goodbye. Good to see you. Get fucked. Poem continues. Poem breathes. Behave. Poem festoons your wild glances. Poem sincere? Solipsism of time off kilter. Give me better quarrels. Give me signature winds. Give me guitar strings gone gold with slow lightning and choirs killing preachers with white hammers and rain. Give me catharsis and bleeds and thumps and burns and cauterizes. Scoop me up, deposit me on shore. Picturesque, picturesque like God in a dark room, a dog with no whistle, lump in the throat, by gollied, fear-laden, fell-swooped, signed, sung into cacophony, euphoria, diametrically opposed. What of it? Scour the sky until rain remembers to bleed. Scour and hope. Remember. Good. Goodbye. Good. 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 Thank you.
Thank you,
Sung into
Hayes.
cacophony. Holy shit. Yeah, Hayes.
For the range plus a lead, yo. What? That was ridiculous. That was beautiful, man. Beautiful,
Wow.
beautiful.
Awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, great lines in there, Hayes.
Thank you for having
Okay.
me.
Give it up for Hayes, everyone. And
Hayes.
Way to finish the night.
it was a great night, wasn't it? Everybody had a good time.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I didn't do such a bad job.
Oh, you nailed it, Magus. Good
Yeah, I
job.
was so, I gotta admit, when KataLyst rang off and she couldn't get back on, I was terrified to be without KataLyst.
You rock.
So,
you rock. You got this.
Yeah, I'm very pleased this night went really well. Everybody, good night and love from Chaos Magic.
Thank you to everybody.
You got this, man.
Thank you,
That would make you
everybody.
Merlin.
Thank you so much.
Vegas.
Hey,
You got
stay
this, man. That would make you
Catalyst,
Merlin.
say hello
Love
to
the
See
new
y'all
Thomas.
soon.
voices.
Peace.
Thank you.
Well, peace.
Good night, everyone. Thank you.
Come back soon.
Bye.
Great job.